G'day football fans and welcome to a brand new series here on Dylan on the Ball. My name's Dylan and as you can see here, we do have Crystal Palace selected. I want to maybe address that elephant in the room there. You will have seen from the thumbnail or from the title that we do have a German Lewandowski regen. So then why have we got Crystal Palace selected? Well, let me introduce you to someone. Say hello to Crystal Palace's new star striker, Mr. Dylan on the Ball. He is German, he's playing in the Premier League. If you do follow us on Instagram, you may have taken part in a couple of polls that were in the Instagram stories there. We let you choose between them being European or South American, striker or left winger, and whether we played in the Premier League or in the Bundesliga. And as you can maybe guess, they were European, a striker playing in the Premier League. The way that I chose the nationality and the club was I went through the sort of FIFA squads that they have for each country, making sure that it was European per the poll results. And I looked at countries that maybe don't have the best striking options, but the rest of the squad's quite good. So it was sort of between Spain and Germany. I went with Germany just because I think, just with the poll having been between the Premier League and the Bundesliga, even though the Premier League's won, we've still got a bit of a shout out to Germany and German football here. I think when I looked at the squads, the striker for Germany was Marco Reus, so I thought that was a bit odd and they probably need someone a bit better in there. And when I looked for Spain, it was Ferran Torres, who's not going to say he's a terrible player or anything, but he was only 82 overall. So I had a bit of a feeling that maybe that would be a good idea, but instead we have gone with Germany. I've made him as young as possible. His name is Dylan on the Ball. You'll see on the back of his jersey, Dylan on the Ball didn't quite fit, but instead he is Dill on the Ball. Sort of almost a play on words, but bad, like my content. I've made him as young as possible. The commentator will say Dylan, though you probably won't hear that one. And as for the title, in making him a Lewandowski regen, I have looked up Lewandowski's FIFA height and weight and made it the same. I've given him the same boots that Lewandowski actually wore midweek when Bayern thrashed Salzburg, and he got the hat-trick. It's the same boots, he's the same height, he's got the same, or the most similar penalty run-up I could do. He's playing striker. He's not going to be super outstanding pace-wise, but like Lewandowski, he's going to be decent stamina, good jumping, good strength, and he's going to be a great finisher, hopefully. When it came to choosing the club, it was sort of between a couple of clubs. I was looking at just clubs that don't have a standout sort of striker, and it was between, I think I was going between Crystal Palace, Watford, and Southampton. Southampton I didn't choose because I think with Broja and Shea Adams and Armstrong, I know they play two up front and there's probably, then a space for me. I just thought it was a bit disrespectful to how good Shea Adams and Broja have been this season to try and take their place, I guess. It was a bit of the same for Watford. They were playing a 4-4-2, or their team sheet had them as a 4-4-2 on FIFA, I should say, with Dennis and Josh King up front. And I just, for me anyway, thought it would be a bit more interesting to play up front for Crystal Palace in a 4-3-3. They do have three strikers, I know that, in Edouard, Benteke and Mateta. The best of those three was Edouard at 76 overall, so I'm hopeful that whether it's first season or after a season out on loan or whatever it might be, we can get cracking into the first team and hopefully not too far away from playing for Germany either, in theory anyway. I haven't done a player season in a while, so I think last FIFA I did one, but didn't last too long with it. More of a career mode manager man, I guess. But hopefully we stick through with this one. It's a bit of fun, and I guess I'll be learning along the way with all this archetype stuff and the way that you sort of build your attributes up now. It's a bit different to what I was used to with. Remember the old FIFAs where it was like, after say 25 goals you get 3 added to your finishing or whatever it was, that sort of stuff. That's what I was used to. This is a bit different, but we'll see how we go. So today's video, we will be making our debut for Crystal Palace here in the friendlies against Porto. It's 55 minutes in, we're down 1-0. We're replacing Odsonne Edouard. Hopefully we can have a bit of an impact and get ourselves on the ball a bit. Really try and get some skill upgrades so that we can become a bit better. We did do the training drills during the week, got A's on free kick drill of a couple of finishing ones, nothing too exciting there, so I didn't think it was worth showing. We will play in the sort of default telly broadcast sort of camera, I think that's a better viewing experience rather than, I remember the old player camera, possibly you wouldn't get the best viewing experience. I guess for me, controlling it, it's just like playing as a team, except when I pass the ball, I won't switch. Easy. But with all that out of the way, let's get going. As I'm just getting instructions there from Patrick Vieira and running onto the pitch, looking at, where I'm not sure what this means. I will just remind you to please leave a like on the video. This is a brand new series to help it get out there to a wider audience. It would really just help us out. An early chance there. I think that was James MacArthur. Really just help us out if you left a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the video, and leave a comment down below if you're enjoying this series, if you want to see more of the Wolves one, whatever it might be. I just really appreciate that one. Also down in the description are all the social medias. There's plenty going on there, especially the Instagram and a bit on the TikTok as well. Now we will focus. Here we go. Try and just get ourselves some room at the edge of the box. No, terrible corner. Just thinking it might be some very quick videos or games that we just fly by in, because a lot of stuff like this will happen where it's just them on the ball and Wilfried Zaha standing there instead of trying to close anyone down. I have a feeling, just looking at it anyway, the way that the coach wants us to play is with when we don't have the ball, he wants us to go to a 4-4-2. As you can see, I guess on the radar down below. I've come way deep there. Yeah, when we're off the ball, Wilfried Zaha and myself are quite high up the pitch. We'll slip in Wilf there, and we're just going to try and get ourselves into the box. Really? Oh, he's wasted it. That's good. That's good. Not a very Wilfried Zaha move, that one. You would have expected him to maybe take the fella on. Alright, been on the pitch about 10 minutes now. I think we might have touched the ball twice. As Eze tries to put us through, but just out of our reach. Good. There's going to be a lot of that, isn't there? Dance around him there. And Conor Gallagher and whoever's on the right, Schlupp, went way too far forward, so it's very hard to get the ball to them. Make a run in the box though. This is not going anywhere. We'll just have a hit. No one else is. Have a hit, son. No. Just a lot of dribbling around the edge of the box, but that's alright, I guess. Have a hit. Thought we had lined one up there for whoever that was. It might have been Joel Ward, and that's why it hasn't gone exactly how we were wanting. I also think last time, I was saying earlier in the when I was introducing him that I haven't played a player career in a while. I think, that was a horrible pass. I think last time I did one, it would have been on like professional, or almost got any of that one. Not sure how we're winning anything in front of Pepe, but we'll give that across to Conor Gallagher, who might have a hit. Nearly an assist. We'll take the credit there for the vision, I reckon. Just had to pause it for the longest time. I think the loudest car in the world was just going by, and while I paused it, I realised the washing machine's been going this whole time. That might have been not a great idea to record while that was going. Never done that before, and maybe we'll find out that it's a goer and it's fine, or it's bad news bears and this has all been an absolute wash. We've just conceded an absolute screamer. I had just come out of pausing it because I looked over at the recording and it was sort of stuttering. Came out of pausing it. They get a pass away. The tiniest amount of space past, I think that's Kouyaté maybe playing centre back. or at least in this position where a centre-back should have been. Not able to get there. Ghiata can't get past the rasping hit there from whoever that guy is. Maybe our debut is not going to shape up too nicely. Uribe, I don't know who Uribe is. But congratulations to him. That's a terrible pass. Who's that? What was I meant to do there with the pass going basically directly at Pepe? And that's the end of the game. Not too much really happened there, did it? I'd like to say that we put in a good shift, but I mean, really, we just sort of ran around a bunch, passed it a couple of times, didn't get on the end of the ball more times. Oh, this is new too. We had a couple of shots, apparently. That's good. I'll take that. One terrible effort. That's probably the header. Here we are then, game 2 of this pre-season tournament. We are against PSV. We're into the starting lineup, so maybe I will just sort of blitz through that first game, I think, which shouldn't be too hard because there weren't many highlights, I guess. The lineup as a whole is Ghiata in goals, a backline of Ferguson, Anderson? I thought it was Andreasen for some reason. Someone named Jack, who's not very good. Tyrant Mitchell across the backline. Midfield of Kouyaté, Gallagher and Hughes, and front line of Ayew on the right. Yes, he is. Wilf on the left, and our new superstar striker Dylan on the ball up front. We are against PSV, quite a good side over in Netherlands, with a side that looks like Mvogo, someone named Junior, Mawini, Sealt, Obispo, Gutierrez and Sangare in midfield. A front line of Verman, Ledesma and Thomas, with Vinicius, who I think that's the striker that played for Tottenham last season. I think he was on loan from like Benfica or, something like that. But I'm pretty sure that's the same player. And we'll see if we can have a bit more of an impact on this one and hopefully at least force a save from the keeper or something. I don't know. Let's hope for improvement. All right, we've just kicked off, and I'll just issue another friendly reminder to please leave a like on the video. If you like the idea of this season or this series, if you're enjoying the sound of my lovely, beautiful voice, if you think I'm an idiot, if you think I know nothing about football, whatever it is. Right, we're 4 minutes in, and they're having the first go, but it's a good save there from Ghiata out for a corner. Tyrant Mitchell can't quite keep in. That was basically straight from kickoff. They just kept hold of the ball, and I think that was Thomas. It might be an Australian, now that I'm thinking about it. Brian Thomas or something? I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. I'll accept that. Oh, we've got defensive duties. That's good. Didn't have to do anything. That's even better. Oh, nearly got a tackle in. Wouldn't that be outstanding? Oh, and we've got maybe Wilf on the ball? No. Okay, well, let's give it off to Tyrant Mitchell there and dart off. It's hard to sort of commentate on the game that's happening in front of me, but also not think about trying to do anything about the game, just think about doing my one dude. Bit of a learning curve and a bit of a, I don't know, different mental experience from the Wolves season. Maybe it'll lead to me being able to talk a bit more like this and just hang out. How are ya? You guys good? That's good. Anyway, we're on the move. We've got the ball. We've passed it. That's good to see. Seems like a very counter-attacking approach so far. Oh, we'll play in Mitchell there. And we'll have a chance. No. Gallagher beaten in the air quite easily there. I think that maybe the cross could have come quicker or something. I'm not sure. Oh, and we've got tackled. That's good. Not sure what I was trying to do. I think I was going to like sort of push it out in front of myself and have maybe a pop from outside the box, but we'll play through Wilf down the side. I was just sort of waiting for him to do something, whether it was make a run or leave space for us to have a hit. Oh, holy days! Holy days? Maybe it's Christmas. My God, we've scored our first goal of the season. We bring out the Lewandowski X celebration. I guess that works on two levels because it's an X and he doesn't really do it anymore. He does the fists together thing. That being said, we just break in on the edge of the box, have a bit of a thump, and thump indeed. It flies in off the bar. Jan Mvogo in goals. Can't do much about that one when it's just right up where the spiders live. And our handsome Mr. Dylan on the ball gets his first goal in professional football. He didn't look pleased though, did he? Mr. on the ball. For whatever reason, when he was celebrating that, he just looked pissed. I'd be chuffed. Or for some reason when I saw that cross coming in, I think that's Ferguson. When I saw that cross, I thought, for some reason I was hopeful that he was sort of getting it to me, because at the time I was making a run off the centre back. Maybe this counter-attacking biz or setup that we've got isn't too bad, especially when I like, because I can see that, oh, that's terrible. I'm not very agile or very good control yet. Maybe there are a couple of things to work on. Because what was I saying? Because Zaha is constantly just trying to run forward, it's sort of giving me the freedom to just sort of dip and come short to collect the ball, and then either play Wilfin if his run is working out for us, or maybe link up the play with Conor Gallagher coming through, or Will Hughes even. Man, if we could put together their defense, or the defense of Crystal Palace here, like how easily they've dealt with Crystal Palace, idiot. How easily they've dealt with PSV so far. If we could mix that, or as we lay one off, that nearly worked out into like a beautiful tiki-taka Barcelona circa 2009 setup. If we could put together like the attacking from our Wolves side, or me controlling the ball, and the defending here, I think unbeatable, honestly. Pretty chuffed to have scored. Was that our first effort of this game? Maybe? Oh, and we've won a header too. Man, everything's coming up Millhouse. Dillhouse? I'm not sure. As I was saying, just chuffed to have scored. Like I wasn't, super expecting my first goal of this series to be, a shot from outside the box that thunders or cannons in off the crossbar. It was more thinking like a sort of cut back where they take the keeper out of the equation and I get a bit of a tap in, or something like that, maybe a one-on-one, I'm not sure. But that was not what I was expecting, and even in that moment, wasn't expecting that to go in. Can PSV get in the box? They've just sort of dribbled around the box. Here we go. There's that. Nope. Okay, that's why they weren't going in the box, I guess. And it's half-time. We've got a half-time lead, courtesy of yours truly, Mr. Dylan on the ball. I'm not a fan of this going to a 4-4-2. You can see me constantly, like right now, just dropping into the midfield when we're not on the ball. Because I think when we go to the 4-4-2, there's just so much room for their midfield to pass around the ball. I'm not sure if this is going to be a constant in every game, but yeah, assuming they're playing a 4-3-3 or, some variant thereof, looking at it there, it looks like a 4-2-3-1. There's just always going to be room for their three midfielders, isn't there? Whether it's deep of our midfield or in behind our midfield in those sort of, pockets, I guess. Like, what David Silva or Mesut would love to be finding. Probably could have lined up a shot there, but I thought I'd just had some issues with the recording. I'm hoping it did record that, as we've gone up 2-0. Conor Gallagher with a deflected effort, sending the ball the other way when Jan and Bogo tried to dive out to that one. Bit of a strange diving forward like that. But I think with the deflection, if he's already dived, he's probably not getting back to that one. And as ugly as it is, we will take that as a goal to just put us a bit further ahead. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this 4-4-2 business. It's not ideal. I'm wondering if it's likely we'll get substituted. Like I know, like we came on earlier than this in the first game of the group stage, and I haven't done this sort of career mode before. Oh my god, we're playing with fire there. Just clear it up the field. We're Crystal Palace, lads. There we go, that's the stuff. Oh, bloody Ferguson's gone flying in there and left us absolutely open. And Vinicius has made it 2-1. It is the same bloke that used to play for Tottenham. I can't remember what Ferguson's first name is, but he's just gone, here we go, absolutely flying in. Sold himself, left Anderson completely bare, with Thomas bearing down on him. The other centre-back, Jack, centre-back, Jack, can't get over. And Vinicius fires it in, because of course he does. I think I care less when we concede, though that's good, because like it's not really anything I can do about it or anything I did that created it, so I'm just, unless it is, which, I mean, it wasn't that time. Very sort of pedestrian second half this, from myself, I guess. Not so much the team, we did get a goal, fortunate as it was, but just for myself, I think I'm maybe talking too much. Playing a bit more like a Firmino than a Lewandowski at this moment, but hope that, how do I like bounce off him like that and not keep going to get the ball? We'll hope that as the season or the series goes on and we develop and get used to playing with this Crystal Palace side, we can just sort of stick up front a bit more and not have to drop into midfield as much. Maybe that's just my natural tendency or something, we'll see. But at this point it's felt like it's been out of necessity. Although, having said that, just then I probably could have left that for Conor Gallagher, who's through and might be able to slip us through. For a volley, this time Mvogo can get there. Possibly should have taken a touch, or I'm not sure. Maybe it was the wrong way to go about it, just sort of trying to side volley that one past Mvogo. But hey, we've got 2 shots on target, and I think that was one of our goals, so we'll take that. Somehow we haven't got substituted, as we get absolutely shown how dumb we are by that turn. I've asked for Giata to lump that one up to me, and he's just left it way short. And we've lost the ball. We are trying to really play out from the back, though. It's very brave. I've just called for that one as a header, though. As the clock is winding down, and we may have won our first start on the Crystal Palace side, and contributed to that with our goal. I'd like to take some credit for the second, as referee blows his whistle. And that's that. I do appreciate that FIFA have added in the sort of more in-depth stats here, like we're looking at, where you can see our pitch map. We spent probably a bit too much time in the centre of the pitch. I think that might be by virtue of PSV having so much of the ball. Didn't drift too far out wide, but just sort of stuck through that middle channel, trying to link things up a bit. We did have 100% passing, which is, you know, nice to see. You can also see we covered a lot of ground. I think that's probably just me having a fear of being bored and just trying to go and find the ball or make a difference in cutting down the ball or something. Just taking a quick break because it sounded like an airplane was taking off in my laundry, but we will now just watch the goals before we end this video. First off, starting the scoring was the one, the only, Dylan on the ball. Ball played back to us by Wilfried Zaha. Dribble the ball into space, firing an absolute rasping rocket of a drive into the top corner. And Mvogo with no chance. It reminds me a bit of basically what I concede all the time in the Wolves career, where there's just what's the defense. Obviously they probably could have got tighter and maybe stood in front of him, but once the shot's taken, there's nothing the keeper can do. Conor Gallagher then got us up 2-0. The ball was played across the edge of the box by Tyrant Mitchell to Conor Gallagher. Deflection takes it the opposite direction from Jan Mvogo. Sold down a river there by his defence. No chance with that one either. Though I guess probably in real life, in FIFA you can understand like he had no chance, but in real life the keeper probably maybe hasn't dived yet by that point. But we'll take that. We'll take a 2-0 lead. For 71 minutes in, Ferguson tried to absolutely kill whoever Thomas is, who then took the ball at Anderson before laying it across to an open Vinicius about 9 yards out, able to find the side netting there past Giata for 2-1 before popping the Mbappe. So thank you so very much for watching the first episode of our player career mode here on Dylan on the Ball with our new star German striker Dylan on the Ball. Next video you'll see us go away to Stamford Bridge to play Chelsea in the league, the first game of the season, our first Premier League game as a footballer. Hopefully we can have a bit of an impact. I guess with the way that Chelsea play with 3 at the back, it may be a bit tough to find some room, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully we're still in the starting lineup at that point. I'm not sure how we've made the starting lineup after one bench appearance, but it is what it is. I'll take that. Again, please do leave a like on the video, comment down below what you thought of today's video and what your hopes are for the series, whether we should request a loan maybe. I'm not sure how well that loan system works in the player season, but maybe that'll be a good idea. You might know better than I do. Also, please subscribe to the channel, it'll help us grow, it'll help a bit of a community grow here of people who want to talk about football as much as you can tell that I might. And in the description below are the social medias. Please do follow us on whatever one of those you might like to listen to me jabber on. And until next time, when we go again with our Premier League debut, peace.